Every time I'm at Mei Mei, I always get asked if we do this one dish. And as a Singaporean, it just doesn't exist. It's Singapore noodles. So what the hell is Singapore noodles? To me, I imagine it is close, very close to a stir-fried bihun, so a rice vermicelli noodles. I think it comes from where it's more of a Hong Kong dish, like a Cantonese Hong Kong dish. But I'm going to try and recreate it to sort of Auntie Liz style of Singaporean noodles. This is a sort of a noodles that my mum would make, literally by the giant wokfuls for us for dinner, and it's really quick and easy. And I'm going to use what I've got at hand. So I've got peppers, bean sprouts, and typically in Singapore noodles, I believe they use char siu, which I don't have. No one really has char siu at hand at home. So I'm going to use chicken and some prawns that I defrosted. I think the key component, as I mentioned earlier, is bihun, which is also known as rice vermicelli noodles. So you can get this in most supermarkets now. And it's so simple, because what we're going to do is just put them into a bowl. Just pop those out of the way. I'm going to put this into a bowl and cover it with some hot water. I'm going to try and make as much mess as possible. Oh well, still can clear up. Hot water, pour it over the vermicelli noodles to soak it. So we're not going to boil them because they are so thin and small. If you boil them in hot water and then strain them, it'll just fall apart. We just want to soak it until it gets a little softer. It's the only time you want something softer. In the meantime, I'm just going to pop that on the side here. Ouch, 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 that's hot. Let's prep the meat. So like I said earlier, we're going to use chicken thighs, so skinless, boneless. That's what I had in my fridge. Traditionally, I think with Singapore noodles, you would use char siu or ham, but I love using chicken. Chicken and bihun noodles is one of my favorite things. So we're just gonna slice it up, so it's more like bite-sized pieces. And because it's a stir-fried dish, you want everything to kind of fry pretty quickly. So it's all want to be small bite-sized pieces. So just like that. I'm just slicing it up. And then I'm going to marinate it in some salt and curry powder, which I always found a little bizarre because whenever we had a stir-fried noodles like this dish at home, it was never with curry powder. My mum would never use that. And I actually think you would be hard to find Singapore noodles like this with curry powder in Singapore. Comment below if you have found somewhere, because I haven't yet. You know what, sod it. I'm just going to get stuck in with my hands here. Just going to give them a good toss in the spice, just so it's all evenly coated. And there isn't going to be clumps of that curry powder anywhere. Sprinkle on a little bit of salt. I'm just going to set that aside. Always clean your board if you've been chopping raw chicken on it. I gave it a good scrub and now I'm sanitizing it just to kill any bacteria. There we go, wonderful. Right, now let's prep all the veggie. Where did I put my knife? A little bit chaotic today. There we go, so peppers. Just gonna slice them. So just cut the peppers into thin little strips. I'm going to use a red one here for colour as well. Hello, sweetheart.
Don't forget to subscribe to Mummy's show.
Thanks, darling. I'll send you your AdSense later. It's pocket money.
Bye-bye.
Oh, set that aside. So that's peppers done. Now, onion. And we'll crush up 1 clove of garlic. And just mince that up. Delicious. So the next part and last part is we've got some bean sprouts. I'm just going to give them a little gentle rinse. And we're going to make the sauce. So like with most stir fries, you want to get all of this prep done ready in advance before we start cooking anything. So I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of, you can either use mirin or Chinese cooking wine, so 3 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3. Same with soy sauce. You want to use light soy sauce, not dark soy sauce, because we actually don't want that dark caramel colour. We want the colour to come through the curry powder that we'll add in later on. A little bit of yum yum powder. So MSG, sugar and salt. And we'll add in a little tablespoon of caster sugar as well. So I'm just giving that a good old stir to make sure all that sugar, salt and MSG has dissolved. So now I'm just going to strain the noodles from that water. Oh, I forgot to do the eggs. So the first part that we're going to cook off is the there's an egg element that goes through the stir-fry noodles, and we're going to fry that off first. So I'm going to crack a couple of eggs into my container. I'm going to go 3 because I like a lot of egg in my dish. Couple chopsticks, give it a good whisk. I always find chopsticks are way more efficient than using like a big whisk. Again, leave me a comment if you agree. Wonderful, so we are pretty much ready to heat this bad boy up. So I'm going to heat up the wok with a generous amount of rapeseed oil or neutral oil. And the egg is going to go in first. Just let that heat up a bit more. Give it a good slosh around. Not yet. My little trick to see if it's ready. And then we're just going to pour it in like so. And this is my trick of getting fluffy eggs in your noodle dish. And then you want to have a paper towel and a tray. Just scoop it out. And you can keep that same oil in there for cooking the next part, which will be the chicken. It's quite a lot of chicken actually. I'll do a little bit less. We like our protein gains in this house. You see how that colour just sort of develops. Even with a little bit, a teaspoon of curry powder just gives that really lovely yellow turmeric colour. So always with the stir fry, you want to do it in parts. So this is going to take the longest, so it's going to go in first. So there's a nice colour on the chicken. There's a nice golden colour on the chicken. Now the veg is going in. That's the garlic. It's the garlic, peppers and onion. I'm going to push those aside, and then my prawns are going to go in next. Prawns actually won't take very long to cook, so let those stir fry in. So with prawns, you're aiming to look for that to go completely opaque instead of look see-through. I absolutely hate it when prawns in stir fries are completely overcooked because they're so rubbery and hard. And you can see already, just stirring it around, it's got a nice colour on it already. Next up, in goes the bean sprouts. Now the noodles. So they've been strained. Be really gentle with them, so you don't want them to break up too much. It goes back in. Let's break up that egg a little. Right, next up is just finally the sauce. So I'm just going to add in basically 1 tablespoon of the curry powder into that sauce, because I forgot to add it earlier. And then in it goes. I think we're going to need a double wok spatula that situ here. Just give it a good gentle toss, not a hard toss. And that's it. Well, that was nice and simple, straightforward. Smells pretty good. All right, now I'm going to make a mess getting it all into my bowl. Make sure I get a little bit of everything. Ooh, look at that. You get the prawns. Good amount of chicken there. Smells really good, actually. To be honest, I think I love any noodle dish, so this is gonna make me very happy. Actually, I think there's a couple of things that we can add to this just to finish it off. I can't wait to tuck in. One thing I'm gonna garnish this with is some pickled green chilies. Now, my mum would always serve these with any sort of fried noodles, so they're just like a must on the side. And the reason we've been quite busy lately and a little bit on the quiet side is because we are so close to launching. I think on the 3rd of November, I know the 3rd of November, we're launching our Mei Mei chili sauce. Do you want to have a look? So this is the chili sauce. I've mentioned this before in the show. It's our same house chili sauce that we make at the restaurant. So it's like a Singapore style chili garlic. It's just like the best style sriracha chili you can get. And it's perfect with fried noodles. So if you want a little bit of extra zing, I add a little squeeze of lime. But I'm just gonna mix and match some of the chilies depending on which mood I'm in. I think I'm gonna go for a little bit of both. Feeling a little bit spicy, a little bit heaty today, so I want to try this chicken and a little bit of the noodles. I'm gonna try it without the chili first because I want to see what this flavour's like, whether I'm converted to doing Singapore noodles. It's nice. It's a grower. It's a grower, not a shower for me, because it looks a little bit of a fried mess. But I reckon if you did have it with the char siu or some like ham, I can get why people love this dish. I just hate those Singapore noodle versions that you get in like the supermarkets where it's like cold and slimy and like fluorescent orange. But I'm definitely down for this recipe. If you want any of the details of this recipe, it'll be on my website or in the description. Okay, let's try it with some of the, let's go for a prawn. Zingy, tangy. Oh, it's quite hot, and that's the medium version. That's not the extra hot version of chili sauce we've got as well. If you want to find a bit more information about our product range that's launching, it'll be in the description below. Please do have a look. We've worked on this for over a year now, and we've put our heart and soul into it. And I'd love to know some of your feedback. Unfortunately, we're only shipping to UK mainland at the moment, but you never know. So it was so good to see you guys this week. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It does really help us out. Check out the sauces. We'll see you next time.